What's up, guys? What's up? So we got the first day down. Day one is down, and 72. I'm doing a 72-hour fast right now. So I decided to take a break from the taco week because I was starting to feel a little pressure in my sides again, probably from the low carb-ish tortillas. Um, Today was good. Today was a good day. I got to work 15 minutes early. Got my tools set up. Um, I got to meet all the guys this morning. Super nice guys. Nobody's a jerk here. Nobody's like selfish or anything like that. And I got a bunch of jobs knocked out. They threw one at me this morning as soon as I got here, and they said, "You ready to go now?" And it was like 5 minutes before I was supposed to clock in, and I was like, "Yeah, let's roll, man. Let's do this." And they threw the first one at me, and it was the accessory protocol interface module. The On these newer vehicles, they have a computer module that controls the front display module, and you got to go through all the diagnostic steps and stuff like that to figure out, is the module that controls the main interface, or the screen that you see, is it screwed up, or is the screen that you see screwed up? So it's very complicated. You got to go through, you got to look for updates, you got to know what you're doing. Not just any tech can do it. And then beyond there, you have to decipher, okay, I see that there's an update in the computer system right now. It's probably not going to fix your problem. You're going to have to replace the module. But then I feel bad about the situation because I look at the customer's warranty information and see that they don't have an extended warranty. It's outside of the standard warranty policy. And then I'm like, look, I'm just going to be straight with you. We can do the update. It's probably not going to fix the computer, and the customer's still going to be out of pocket $600, $800 anyway. This is where it's at. Let's lay it on the line for them. Luckily, the service writer did some digging around and stuff like that and found that there's an internal warranty the customer is actually paying for. So now they have a deductible instead of having to foot the whole entire bill. So I got that knocked out right away, and they were pretty impressed with that. So they were like, hey, are you ready for another job? We got something big for you. I said, oh, yeah, sure. So they give me a 2010 Ford Econoline van, and it's a fleet vehicle. And it had been in here several times trying to get diagnosed. Been in here for other work and stuff like that. I pulled it in immediately, hooked the computer up to it, found all the fault codes. It was misfire on 3 cylinders. Started doing some investigating on why it's misfiring. Started pulling the top of the engine apart and seeing that the intake manifold is just pouring coolant down into the spark plug housings and stuff like that, causing the ignition coils to short out, and the spark plugs are all they're all fouled out. So all that has to be replaced. The intake manifold has to be replaced. Needs all new gaskets and stuff like that. So they were like, dude, this dude knows what's up, man. Like within probably 45 minutes, I had everything wrote up. I had all the parts priced out. I mean, it's going to cost over $1,000 just in hello. It's going to cost over $1,000 just in parts and stuff in general. That's how bad the situation is for this vehicle. Then they threw some other stuff at me. Brought a police vehicle in. None of the guys that were on the lower end of the spectrum, skill-wise, could do the alignments. So they asked me, "Do you know how to do alignments?" I said, "Well, I mean, it's been 4 or 5 years since I've even touched an alignment rack, but I think I can get the hang of it." So 45 minutes later, I had the alignment completely done, and I had it. Took me about 20 minutes too long, but with anything, you got to get the hang of a new machine. I had to restart the computer 5 times because it was freezing up. So that went well. I got the alignment stuff done on the police interceptor. It was a police car. I got it pulled out, and then they said, well, let's give them something easy to finish out the day, because I was humping it, man. I was moving. They threw another vehicle at me, and they said, "You sure you don't want to take lunch?" I said, "Nah, I don't want to take lunch. Just give me another vehicle. Let's roll. Let's make some money." So they gave me a 2010 GMC Terrain with 21,000 miles on it. That's pretty impressive. A vehicle that old with 21,000 miles. That would be a vehicle that I would probably buy. All-wheel drive, 4-cylinder, good on gas, big vehicle, 23, 24 miles to the gallon, little turbo 4-cylinder. So pretty efficient vehicle overall. And I'm glad that I work at a place like this because I get to see those deals come through. So maybe on my next vehicle, I can get a better deal because I get to see the vehicle, the mileage, everything that's wrong with it, instead of blindly going into something and trusting, buying a brand new car. I'll never buy another brand new car again. I'll always buy used, so I can see the history of it and get to check it out myself. And it will be from the dealer that I work at. It won't be from any other dealer. It just so happens that we have a Honda dealer, a Toyota dealer, a Ford dealer, a Chrysler dealer. We have 6 different dealers, so I can get whatever car I want, and I can have it shipped to this dealership so I can go through it and see it myself before I buy it. So that's a pro to that. The situation today was good. So I booked probably about 3 hours that was guaranteed work that I'm going to get paid for. But the potential for what I flagged, let me take that back. I flagged about 3.5 hours today, but I put in estimates 11 hours worth of work. So in an 8-hour day, I could potentially make, up to 14 hours, because it was 11 hours of estimated work, plus I've already been paid 3.5 hours for it. So tomorrow when I come in, I'll start fresh again. I'll try to book as many small hours as I possibly can, but I'll have estimates set up so when all them jobs start coming through, I can just slam all that time all at one time and be like, at the end of the week, at the end of a 40-hour week, you could make, 70, 80, 100 hours by the end of the week, just by flagging so much time like this, having all my estimates put away and getting all the little piddly stuff done now, and then giving the customer, 24 hours, 48 hours to respond, and all of a sudden they say, okay, do it. And next thing you know, you've already got 10 hours in the bank, and then all of a sudden 40 hours come through of approvals. I mean, you could do all that in 3-4 days, have that 40, 50 hours. And then by the end of the week, by a 5-6 day period, you could already have, 60 to 100 hours booked if you're good enough, if you do it right. So that's what's great about this dealership, is the fact that I didn't have to wait. I didn't have to guess for my job. By the time I was finished with one job, they were already setting me up with something else before I even ran out of time, or before I even, I didn't have to go look and say, hey, what's my next job? Or where's it parked? The service manager was already coming to me, handing me, saying, hey, you look, I see you're about to be done with that. This 2010 Econoline needs to be pulled in next. It's in the service drive. Here's the keys for it. There's the location. Go ahead and pull it in. There was no guessing. It was like bam, 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 bam. I mean, they were already setting me up where I didn't have to go running around like a chicken with my head cut off. So I think this was the right move. But I cannot say that yet. I cannot say that yet until I get paid. I cannot say that yet until I give you guys a couple weeks of me being here. But day one was an outstanding day. It was more than I expected. Everyone was super helpful. And I went in the office. I finished up the rest of my, in-hire paperwork, payroll, deduction-wise and stuff like that. I claimed 0 for everything. And then I put in my routing number, my bank account number, and stuff like that. You know how they do all that stuff online. I did all that, and I was done really quick with it. So they were like, you're already done? I said, oh, yeah. I've already printed off the paperwork, scanned it all back into the computer. I've already uploaded everything, got my employee number, my login number and stuff. And they were like, damn, man, we usually have to help people and hold their hand through all this. I want to work, man. I really want to work. I want to make money, and I want to do good stuff for people. So I don't want people to have to hold my hand. I want to work. I want to move. So I think that's what's the most exciting part about all this, is the fact that I think they see that I'm serious about being here, and that I'm serious about making a career out of something like this. If the right person comes along and lets me do that and treats me fair, I'll treat them fair and work really hard for them and make them a lot of money in the process, the good, honest way. That's my update for day one, guys. I really appreciate you. Thank you. I'll catch you later. Oh,